Disclaimer, I'm not an authority on art, nor do I claim to be. This video is purely for educational purposes and is a guide on my own method. Credit for art/guides that aren't mine are in the description. In this video, we will discuss how to go from your inspiration to a concept, how to get started with the creation of your character, how to define their personality, and how would you use those characters in your story or narrative. First things first though, who am I? I'm Aran, the creator of this channel. I'm a self-taught artist who's been creating since 2018, since I was like 11 years old. Art has been a huge passion of mine, and currently I'm 17 years old and doing my first year of A-levels, so wish me luck on my CI exams. I know they're coming soon, and good luck to everyone else as well. I've been creating characters for years, and I really hope that my guide on this can inspire you or help you to create your own characters. So, the very first concept I'll be going over is how to go from an inspiration to a concept. So, first of all, your inspiration can come from anywhere, whether that's other fictional characters, different kinds of environments, for example, like solar punk, different animals, or even music. So, for this example, I'm using my character Isra Junaid Khan, and basically her inspirations were first of all animals by Maroon 5. I know, insane, I'll elaborate. Sirius Black from the Harry Potter series, and overall the Japanese yokai and Japanese folklore. So her inspirations build up her design. First of all, her inspiration was built off Sirius Black, him being an anime jai, being able to transform into a black dog. It was a very heavy inspiration here, as there is her normal form and then her wolf form. And overall, the design of the wolf also follows traditional Japanese yokai folktales, like you can see in that kind of character design right here. And the specific folklore that she is based off of is the kitsune, which is a creature that can turn into a woman. And this also relates to my last fact, which is the song Animals inspired the idea of a wolf who turns into a woman. So these are the ideas which built up the character of Isra Junaid Khan. From here, your next step should be to create a mood board. What is a mood board? A mood board is basically a collection of images which represent your character. So for example, you have Isra's mood board right over here. How do you create a mood board? First of all, Pinterest is your best friend. Pinterest is the love of your life. Use it. You will take photos from Pinterest, whether that's quotes, face claims, and general photos that fit their design or aesthetic. Then you'll use any editing or drawing software. For myself, I use IBIS Paint, and you should arrange them in this style. So, very important, I do not condone the usage of AI. You're just not doing anything right if you're using AI, especially in character design. So here are some friendly alternatives to use instead of AI. Use character customizers such as Gacha Life or PicCrew. PicCrew has a bunch of artists, you can do anything you want, dude. Commission an artist. You can write descriptions of your characters if you're writing a novel perhaps, or you can use Pinterest to find face claims. Or in my personal opinion, the best option, draw regardless of your art level. You'll always improve. Just start at your own pace. So you finally got your concepts. What to do with it now? Now it's time for you artists to begin concept art. I believe most of you know what a concept art is, but basically it is the initial design for your character, which includes like details like color palettes, expressions, their style, and how they interact with props or their environment. For me personally, I feel more comfortable doing concept art traditionally. For these examples, I have my OC with his Pokemon Gallade as an interaction, showing the different sides of him, how he was in childhood and all these kinds of things. And the second example is for my current ongoing series, My Angel in Me, and how the two characters are in their facial expressions. And this is an important disclaimer as well. Don't be afraid to mess up your concept art. It's natural to do so, and your design is always gonna improve. There's always gonna be different things that come up in your art, and you have to face it full on. You have to face improvement. You have to face a bad design. Even down below here, I have an example of my OC Hermes and his previous design, which even I can admit was horrible. So don't be afraid, because in the end you'll end up with a good character you like. A very important principle of art is show, not tell. So begin your art by using one shape to define your character. This shape can be a circle or a square. And for this example, I used two of my characters, one of which will be represented by a circle and the other by a square. Let's see how these shapes affect their design. So for the round character, you can see he looks more cute, more humorous, and has softer edges, while the one with the square is more sharp, maybe looks more calculated, and has harder edges in contrast to the previous one. These show their different personalities and reflect how they may act. And it's a perception you create even before getting to know about the character. You can use the similar concept with the size of your shapes. For example, here I used an oval and a more squished square, and you can see how differently the character designs came out. And this can even go along with the body, which is shown over here. So, after all of this, how exactly do you use your characters? Well, in my opinion, I think you should define what medium your character is gonna be in first. For example, if you're animating, you must use a simple design because you're gonna be drawing that character repeatedly. And maybe if you're going for more of a comic style, you should maybe go for a more detailed, have more cute symbolism and things like that in order to show more complexity in your art. These kind of distinctions can make your art style different and can impact the character design of your character. The genre that your character is in also matters, though you can use these styles to subvert expectations or even just forget the expectations overall. For this example, I used a comedy genre and a thriller genre, and you can see how differently the styles are. But of course, the style of your character doesn't mean it's restricted to a certain genre. You can use a realistic style in comedy, for example Archer, or a cartoony style for a thriller like The Amazing Digital Circus. So we come to the end of the video. And I want to say one thing. Your characters and your story are your voice being shared to the world. And you have the liberty to use this voice creatively. So go wild, just draw. Because in the end, it's your voice, it's your art. So absolutely, do what you want, create and enjoy what you create. Thank you for watching, and I hope this guide helped you out in creating your own characters. And if you want, definitely share your OCs and what ideas you have for them in the comments below. Please do tell me, I love to hear about them. Okay, I should stop talking. Bye bye!